everyone, welcome back to my video. And this time I wanted to present a presentation about cooperative learning materials that will be explained by my friend and me. Um, Before I start the presentation, let me introduce the members of the group. There are two members on this group, such as me, Novanita Jen Safira, as the first speaker and moderator, and for the second one is Eva Suka as the second speaker. Also, the PowerPoint structure are, for the first is definition of cooperative learning, and for the second one, how to organize, that will be explained by me, and that will be explained by me. And for the third one and fourth one, the examples of strategy, advantages and disadvantages while playing cooperative learning in FR class will be explained by my friend Eva. Let's move to the definition. Definition of cooperative learning is one of learning kind which based on group work or much more than that. Cooperative learning is an offshoot of quantitativism learning of theory. The practice of building new knowledge based on the previous of learning. There are three keywords for this definition: cooperation and collaboration, small groups, and understanding. Um, on the cooperative learning, teacher first student to divide them into several small groups, and from this they will be cooperate and collaborate in each other, and they will be more understanding to the learning materials or even get more knowledge in this. Um, we move to the part 2, that is how to organize. There are three stages for this, such as before implementation, before the cooperative learning to be conducted in your class, and while implementing, while the cooperative learning was conducted in your class, and after implementation, after the cooperative learning conducted in your class. And there are four clues in the. Let's we move to the next section, that is before implementation. What should we apply before the implementation the cooperative learning in our class? There are four tips for this. For the first is make positive classroom environment. As a teacher, you have to make sure them to knowing each other in the class in all year, and have them to work in same project in your learning material, and being the best model for them, such as helping each other, being polite, respectful toward each other, and etc. And also reward such a positive social skill, such as giving and accepting praise, tolerance each other, and etc. And for the second is make student be used to for the collaboration. As a teacher, you have to make some non-competitive active games for them, or maybe you make some academic tasks that should accomplish with a group work or collaboration. And for the third is determine how long students will work together in group. Maybe you will need the time for about 1 week, 1 month, or even 1 semester to a whole year. Most often, a teacher will varying composition the composition of group members on every month or 2 months, so that each student has chance to work together um, in a large class with in a large classmate during a term or year. And for the last is prepare materials for distribution to the group. Before you distribute the um, group work or want to apply the cooperative learning, you have to showing the materials that should be distributed. And also avoid some activities that don't really require into a group work or collaboration. And let's we move to the next part, that is while implementing. What should we do while implementing the cooperative learning in our class? There are 4 clues in this section. For the first one is explain what will happen. Um, you have to explain what will happen in your class, such as collaborating in each other in the group, and they have to listening on each other, discuss on each other, and etc. And also you have to eliminate the achiever student and the popular student in one team, because it can make your students being complain to you, and also they will not approve to your decision. And for the second clue or second tips is avoid temptation to lead the group. As a teacher, the transmitter of knowledge, your role being changed. Your role being changed to be a mediator of thinking. Praising and encouraging the less academical member of groups or students is still indicated. Still indicate. All right. Let's move to the third clue, that is supervise and assist as needed. In this part, you have to make sure that your student apply their rules in proper way, and also follow the group work procedures that have designed before. Also, you don't have to answer and solve their problem before they ask to you. And the last clue, evaluate each group performance or product. In this part, you have to see that your student is creative or not, because many student is demonstrate the performance or the materials or anything else based on what they have learned before. um, if intergroup competition is involved, perhaps the winning will get the prizes. Maybe you will choose the most quick, the most creative, the neatest, and etc. As we move to the part next part, that is after implementation. In after implementation, you have to learning, you have to assess the group work. As teacher, you have to assess how they will work together, how they performance, and how they improve the functioning. That's all for my presentation. For the next part will be explained by my friends Eva.
Okay, thank you, Jihan. Well, I will continue the topic of our group, namely example of strategy, advantages, and disadvantages applying learning in EFL class. First, I will explain about the example of strategy consisting of third examples of strategy. First, cooperative gravity. Here, this strategy is to require students to write down as many ideas as possible. In addition, students are divided into small groups. Write down the topic and instructions in a fairly short time, around 5 minutes, 5 until 10 minutes. And the second example is fourth debate. In this second example, teacher influences what is conveyed by students who are debating. This strategy can emphasize students' English speaking skill. And the last, chain. In grouping students, make small groups that function. For each group to go to the front of the class, and the teacher will whisper simple sentences to the group. After that, the group that can pronounce the sentences clearly will be the winner. Okay, next, advantages applying learning in EFL class. First, group work can produce interactive language. Interaction from each other members can increase their language vocabulary, speaking, grammar, and listening as they have listened or read before together. And the second, group work gather effective climate. Effectiveness benefit of small groups can change by working together. In this time, positive interactive between students and students which be built. And the third, group work and change learners' responsibility and autonomy. On the group work, each student forced to be effectively, thus the group work can enhance their responsibility and autonomy, even though being not applied on EFL classes. Okay, and the last, group work is a step toward individualizing instructions. Small group work can help students to accomplish their separate goals. Also, the group work can help teachers to know students' difference within their contribution of ability. Apart from advantages, exist disadvantages consisting of 4 parts. Okay, the students will use their native language. Sometimes students will realize their task is difficult to discuss and finish. As teacher, you have to monitor them in order to make the foreign language keep to use while group work happening. And the second, student error will be reinforced in small groups. Error of language is a necessary manifestation. Sometimes some of students will be error at their speaking while discussing, misunderstanding, hearing words while listening, and etc. Moreover, well managed group work can make some error. As teacher, you must understand and not being pass them to the pressure. Next, teacher cannot monitor all group at once. Teacher will get some complaints, suggestions, questions, and even notes in their class, which made by students. Thus, it can make the teacher will be difficult to supervise them all at once. Okay, and the next, some students don't like group work. Well, we all know that every humans, such as students, have varying interests. Maybe in your class there are several students who always avoid from group work. As teacher, you have to make them see that foreign language is not only a skill of a word rules. Also, make your cooperative learning in your class using fun ways such as jigsaw, cooperative gravity, STAD, chain, and etc. There are references from our group. And a link to example of jigsaw classroom management. We took it to on YouTube. I return into moderator is Jihan. Thank you.
Alright, thank you everyone for watching this video. So sorry for the wrong grammar and anything false that happened in this video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Have a nice day.